I'm Mama Baird and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a day in the life of, it's Memorial Day weekend, my husband's home an extra day, today is Sunday, and we're going to be getting a lot of things done. I kind of wanted to show you how we wrap up the end of the month, what we do, what we got going on our homestead today, things like that. And to start off, I am going to be making some breakfast. I have some blueberries here that did not seal from when I canned them. If you haven't seen that video on how to can blueberries, I will link that below. And as you can see, it's siphoned quite a bit. So that just means that this was super hot, and when I tried to take it out of the water bath, all of the juices bubbled out, and that's probably why it didn't seal, because it had all that sticky syrup. But that's okay. I stuck it in the fridge and we can still use it, and I'm gonna use it in our waffles today. So let's get started. And for these waffles, I have about 6 cups of sourdough discard here that I'm going to be using. And I'm going to add 4 of our farm fresh eggs. And then I just got a little bit of cinnamon here, like a teaspoon of cinnamon. Some vanilla. A little bit of salt. I'm gonna add some brown sugar. This is homemade brown sugar that I made. If you don't know how to make your own brown sugar, I will link that in the description box below. It's in my canning banana bread video. Okay, so I'm gonna give these a stir before I add the baking powder, because it will fizz up with that once that baking powder is added. Sometimes I have to add flour to my sourdough discard to get it a little firmer up for the pancakes. So this looks pretty good. We'll do a round and see how they turn out. So now I'm going to add a couple of tablespoons of baking powder. Probably just like 1 tablespoon. Yeah, she's gonna start bubbling. Now, we're gonna move on while let this sit for a little bit and heat up our blueberry. Okay, so I'm just gonna open this up. Gonna turn this into just a blueberry syrup for us. Now, while it's cold is when you wanna add your cornstarch, or if you wanna wait till it's hot, then you make a slurry, which is just mixing it with some water or a liquid. And once this heats up, the cornstarch will dissolve and start thickening this up. Okay, got the heat on. And we'll see how this goes. If we need to add more cornstarch, we can, but I think that's gonna be good for now. All right, let's give our waffles a check. Oh, those don't look too bad. Look at all those bubbles. Oh yeah. All right, I'll call these good. There you go. Let's give one a sample. Make sure it doesn't need anything to the batter. Oh, tastes good to me. Now they're not super sweet, but that's okay because we're gonna be adding this sweet syrup to them. So it'll make up for that. Ooh, you can really taste that sourdough flavor. I love sourdough. While our waffles are cooking and our syrup's going, I'm gonna make us some coffee. I'm gonna be using my Java coffee today, because I don't feel like getting out the espresso machine. Now this is 1 to 2 teaspoons per 6 ounces. This is probably, I don't know, a 10-ounce cup. So I'm just gonna add a tablespoon of this coffee concentrate to each cup. As you can see, it is almost June, but we are celebrating Christmas in this house. Yeah. I get my hot water. Oh, it already smells good as soon as you add the water. Okay. Oh yeah. Husbano, he likes brown sugar in his, so I'm gonna give him a couple of tablespoons of that. And then we're gonna do a shot of half and half. my favorite authors once described a man's skin in the book as a coffee with 2 creams. And I've never forgotten that. I always think of this color when she said that. I was like, oh, that was a good comparison. All right, and there's our morning coffee, just like that. What was that? 20 seconds we did it? Let's give it a try. Now this was just the regular coffee, not the mocha, but still just as good. Oh, so good. If you guys want to try Javi for yourself, I have a promo code where you can get 15% off. All you got to use is Mama Baird. I will link that down below so you can go check them out for yourselves. Super convenient, easy, and best of all, tasty. Hot. Our syrup mixture, blueberries here are boiling. So we're just going to let this boil until it starts thickening up some. Let that cornstarch get activated. Now you could have strained the blueberries out and added them to the waffles and then just used the juice to make a syrup, but I decided to combine them all. The blueberry syrup's just bubbling away. It's not quite as thick as I'd like, so I'm gonna go ahead and make a slurry, which is just cornstarch and liquid, so this is just water. Well, I'm also gonna slurry all over my stove apparently. Okay. And then we're going to add this in. So it ended up being a total of like 2 tablespoons of cornstarch, but that was a whole quart of blueberries. So you gotta take that into account. Oh yeah, that's already better. You can tell by the bubbles of how it's bubbling, how much thicker they are. That's better. Can you tell like how slowly it comes off the spoon? That's how you can tell it's thickening up. All right, I'm gonna call that a win. So I will turn this off. Now this should be sweet enough with the syrup we used to can them in, but I'm gonna try it just in case. All right, let's give this syrup a try. Guys, oh my gosh, that is so good. Oh, this is dangerous. Mama Bear can't have this much sugar. Somebody come stop me. Look at that. Oh. You guys have to try homemade blueberry syrup. Oh, all right, let's check the waffles. Oh, look good. Probably could fill it up a little more. I'm just worried about spillage and overflow. All right, let's get this plated up.
Ooh, that one looks really good.
There you go.
So hot. How can I eat it?
Well, what do you need to eat it?
Oh, a fork.
A fork.
A fork.
There you go. And just like that, we got some waffles whipped up with some homemade blueberry syrup that we canned ourselves. You watched me do that. That's one of the ways that you can use it, and it's delicious. So that's what I got for breakfast. Let me finish dishing up the rest for the family, and then I'll take you along with what else we decide to do today. Just want to show you guys with the waffles. I make a bunch of extra ones and then put them in a gallon size Ziploc, and then these just go into the freezer. And then whenever we had to heat them up, we just put them in the toaster. The next thing on the list to do today is we are going to be getting some tilling done. We need to get some of that dirt moved and brought up so we can get our fertilizer and our plants in the ground. Husband is in charge of that, so he will be doing that. We also have all of our plants here that need to get in the ground, and we have some in pots here for our container gardening challenge that we're doing with Becky at Acre Homestead. And I just want to get these out in the garden, get them in the sun. I keep taking them in, bringing them out of the house, you know, and it's time now for them to be outside all the time. So we're just going to go ahead and lug all these to the garden and get to planting.
kind of bug? Swimming bug?
Hey, come here. What are you eating?
I'm eating marshmallows.
Let me see the fruity tooty marshmallows. How many do you have, Conrad?
30.
20? Nice.
No, 30.
30?
Mm.
Wow. How many do you have, Gideon?
I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
5. You did have more though, didn't you?
No, 1, 2, 3, 4.
All right, take those outside.
No, 3.
Now 3. All gone. I'm just gonna be making up a quick lunch here. I got some tortillas, some shredded cheese. This is some old, we call this shawarma meat. It's tikka masala sauce in there, and it's got my canned chicken and some peppers. My dad actually made this whenever he was here visiting this last weekend, and I got a bunch of it left over. So I'm going to make some quesadillas out of it. And just throwing that. I just do it cold because I keep my heat pretty low just to heat it up low and slow. So that way it can warm up any of the insides there. Just a little more cheese on top. I like to give it a little twist to make sure it's not stuck to the bottom of the pan. And that's about it. Got that quesadilla all fried up and cut up. Looks good. So gonna take 2. Put them on the plates, and this is what the kids are having for lunch. We got some sliced apple, some baby carrots, and then this quesadilla. And of course I got another one going. Gonna get an assembly line here because we got quite a crew to feed. So they're gonna have some lunch. Well, looks like we got rained out for the day. I actually ended up running into town with my daughter Betty Jan, and we went to Winco, and I just kind of cashed in the last of the WIC I get for the month for my twins. So I'm gonna be starting up some dinner. I have some bratwurst that I got out of the freezer that we're gonna be cooking, and then I'm also just gonna show you what I bought at Winco, just so you can kind of see the things that I pick up while I'm there. And then we will start dinner. So what I got at Winco, I picked up a pack of hot dog buns for 98 cents. These I pulled out of the freezer, so we're gonna cook those and just have them on hot dog buns. Now these artichokes I could not pass up. They were $1.48 and they are ginormous. I love artichokes so much. I'm probably going to be the only one in the family to eat these, but I bought them anyway. And then for dinner tonight, the sides, we're doing some of my canned coleslaw. I'm gonna rinse this off and then add probably some ranch because I'm almost out of mayonnaise, so I'm gonna add ranch. And then I just got some bush beans and then some firecracker sauerkraut from 2020 that I'm going to be putting on top of the bratwurst. And I just got a pack of mushrooms. I cashed in some of my WIC, so I got peanut butter on WIC. Got some minced onions for some meatballs I'm going to be canning up soon, so make sure you're subscribed so you'll see that. Also on WIC, I got some tortillas. I cashed those in, and then they had strawberries for $1.50 each, which I thought was a good deal. So I got these on my WIC as well, and I don't know if I'm going to be doing jams or if I'm just going to can up the strawberries by themselves. I don't know. You better wait and see. And then I got a couple pounds of organic cane sugar because it's always good to stock up while you're there on anything. So I went ahead and got this from the bulk section from Winco. Alright, for the bratwurst, I'm just gonna pan fry these. We actually don't have a barbecue grill, if you could believe it. We do not own one. So I do mostly all of my grilling just in the house. Get out of here, plastic. Okay. So all I'm gonna do is, I have this at a high heat, so it'll end up searing these. And then we'll add some liquid and reduce the temperature down. Okay, and for this artichoke, what I'm gonna do is just take a pair of scissors and go around and cut off the tips of the leaves, because those have spikes on there and you don't want to eat those. I got my scrap bowl here, and I just cut off the tips here all the way around. And then I'm just gonna keep that tip there because I'm gonna cut that off right there. Just like that. There's our bratwurst here. Oh yeah, they're trying to get some color. Back to the artichoke. Now this I'm gonna cut in half lengthwise. There's the inside, and we're gonna take out all this little fuzzy part here. Take out some of these purple leaves on the inside here. I'm gonna be cooking this in my Instant Pot. I have 1 cup of water in here, and then I'm just gonna put these in my basket. I looked in the step-by-step Instant Pot book here, and it has a chart of what to cook for what. Like here's vegetables, artichoke whole, 12 minutes. I did cut mine in half, but I'm still gonna do the whole 12 minutes because it was so big. So I got my little steam basket here, and I have some of this stuff linked down in my Amazon cart, my Instant Pot, that book. You can also find this on there. I'll see if I can get this linked in there as well. It's very handy for lifting it out, lifting stuff out. All right, put our lid on. Come down here to pressure cook, go up to 12 minutes. And then you just let it go and she'll do her thing. Again, a little smoky here, so I'm gonna turn this down, flip these over again. Oh yeah, they got a nice char to them. Get out of here. Being difficult. All right, there we go. So I turn this down to like a 4. For the liquid, I have some homemade chicken stock here. I'm just gonna add a little bit of that. Probably added about 3/4 of a cup, a whole cup or so. Gonna get that steaming and put a lid on it, and we'll let that go for probably about 10 minutes, and then we'll check the temperature. Alrighty, for the sides, I'm just gonna open up this bush bean. And I am trying to wean myself off the microwave, but I'm not gonna do it today. Mom, Uncle Bayard gonna use that convenience while I have it and heat these up in good old Chef Mike. And this 1 can should be enough for the family. But we shall see. The kids keep eating more and more lately. Imagine that. Making a mess. Alright, then for my coleslaw, now this is a mixture of cabbage, carrots, and kohlrabi. And then it's just in a vinegar brine. Oh, smells good. So I'm gonna strain off some of this brine and then I'll be right back. Okay, so I just strained off some of the brine. I didn't rinse it or anything because I like that vinegar taste to it. You could totally serve it just like this, or you can make it creamy by adding a mayonnaise or a ranch to it like I'm gonna do. Oh yeah. So this is some homemade ranch. I'm trying to use it up. And this is usually all I do. I usually add mayonnaise. This is my first time adding ranch, but I think it'll be just fine. And that's all you do, and this is how I serve it. So that's a nice, quick, easy side that I have on my shelf. That's from the garden that I grew last year. Preserved and ready to go. Oh, that looks great. All right, let me give it a try. Yep, tastes good to me. So there's one side done. And our other side from Chef Mike here. I don't usually add anything else to this. Do you guys add anything extra to your Bush's beans when you open them? Oh yeah, tastes good. I ended up getting a second pan for the bratwurst since I wanted to cook 2 packages. I didn't want to overcrowd it too much. So we're gonna let these ones get a little dark. These ones are looking pretty good. They're just simmering away. I'm gonna go ahead and check the temperature on these. We're looking for 165. Oh yeah, that one says 181. This one's kind of thick. 170, yep, these are good. So I'm gonna turn these off and then we'll start assembling. All right, here's Husbano's plate. He doesn't like sauerkraut too much, so I just put a little bit on one of them for him, that firecracker one. But it's really good, it's super spicy. And that's dinner. Well guys, that's the end of our day. I'm going to make some more plates for the rest of the family, and then husband and I are probably gonna sit down and watch Ozarks. Anybody else watching Ozarks? I think we're on like episode 4 or 5 maybe. So we're just gonna chill since it's still raining. We don't really get much rain for Montana, so this is really nice. One of the things I miss the most about Missouri are the thunderstorms and the rain, so this is nice. I love the rain. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you next time on Mama Baird's.